Good afternoon, everyone. It's my honor and privilege today to nominate for the Outstanding Award of Valor to Captain Brian Lewis, engineer, and firefighters David Pierner and Scott Franklin. The reason why, to me personally, this award and this ceremony today has so much meaning is because every day we hear about police officers and firefighters who risk their lives to protect and save our community. And in this particular case, not only did these men do above and beyond their jobs in risking their life to save the victims, they contributed in helping us bring justice to the family that was victimized, testifying at the jury trial and conveying to the jury how dangerous the situation was and helping us find conviction for the defendant. And what happened on January 1st of 2020, little after 1 a.m., the two victims were falling asleep in their home late at night. The victim's dog alerted to something that he heard outside. It alerted our victim to go and check her front door. She left her bedroom, walked towards the front door, and could see through a glass panel on her door a complete stranger, a man that came barreling toward her door, kicking her door down. In terror, she ran out her back door to seek help, knowing that who was still in the home was her brother-in-law, who suffered from cerebral palsy and would not be able to get himself safely out of the house. She ran to the next door neighbor, screaming for help, and as she and her neighbor attempted to call 911, the neighbor noticed that her home was now on fire. Sacramento City Fire Truck 16 was driving en route to a medical call. As the 911 alert came out that there was a house on fire on Niantic Way, they said to themselves, they said to each other, hey, isn't that the street we just passed? And so they backed up their fire truck, and as they looked down Niantic Way, they saw that there was dark smoke coming out. They diverted the truck and went towards the house. As they got out of the truck and was putting on their gear, the female victim came out and said, help, help. There's still my brother-in-law inside the house. He's disabled. He cannot get out. In the 1 minute and 45 seconds it took for them to gear up, the fire became fully engulfed. The arson investigator who testified at the trial that at the point these firefighters went in, the front bedroom where the fire had started was now at flash point. Now, the thing that I learned in this jury trial, and I didn't know, was the fire truck doesn't actually carry the hoses to put out the fire. It carries equipment to help assist firefighters in handling the situation. These 4 firefighters put on their gear and went into that home without the hoses. 2 went through the front door and had a 2-gallon water can. And their testimony to the jury was riveting. They testified that as one of them walked through the door, he could see the black smoke in the ceiling, and it was coming down about halfway down the walls. One of them had the fire can trying to hold the flames at bay that were above their heads while they crawled through to the back where they knew the victim was and where they could hear the male victim coughing. The firefighter that reached that room testified that it was so dark when he got in there. He couldn't even see the hand in front of his face. So instead, what he did was feel around on the ground, trying to find a limb toward the sound of coughing. The other 2 firefighters broke down the fence on the side of the house and approached from the back, opening up the back door in their attempt to locate the victim. Luckily, one of them did find the limb of the victim and was able to safely drag him out of the house. The doctor testified at trial that the smoke inhalation to the victim was so severe that he suffered serious carbon monoxide and cyanide poisoning. So serious that it began to cause organ failure and pneumonia. And had the victim stayed in that home just a little bit longer, he likely would not have made it due to his physical disabilities. Knowing the situation that confronted them when they came upon that house and the fate that put them there at that moment to save that family, it's one of the reasons that I nominated these 4 individuals for the Outstanding Award for Valor. Now, firefighter Matthew Price is not here with us today, but he as well was one of the firefighters. Before us today are the 2 victims that were saved that evening, who had not had the opportunity to actually thank these firefighters since this incident happened in 2020. And so for them, they wanted to convey their heartfelt thanks for saving their lives that night. So Anne Marie, I would like to present to you for the Outstanding Award for Valor, Captain Brian Lewis, engineer and firefighters David Pierner and Scott Franklin. Yes. And actually also, in addition, I would like to recognize that Chief Loesch and Deputy Chief Taylor from their department is also here in recognition for the service that they provide to this community and what they did. If any of you would like to say a few words.
We're going to default to the captain. I would just like to say that, first off, so happy to see you. It's wonderful. We waited an entire career to have a night like we had. Okay, so we're very honored for the award. So thank you very much. And we're grateful that you are doing so wonderful today. So you make this job worth it. So on behalf of us, thank you.
Yeah, I'll just say that we appreciate the award. It's a great honor, but the biggest award is seeing you here today. Okay,
I too will piggyback off the appreciation for the award. So thank you, Chiefs, everyone. Thank you. So, and I also will say that what Captain Lees was saying is this is the finest hour. This is what we all strive for from day one when we decide we want to become a firefighter to an event like this that is career developing. So statistically showing this doesn't happen very often. So it's an honor to get to talk to you, get to know you more under the circumstances. So thank you.
Thank you.